have had a bit of a revelation as of late, and it is with something as simple as meditating more often. And pretty much the only revelation that I've had is that it's a lot like strength training. I mean, you do it enough times, you get to be more aware, and then that spills over to all these other great effects, including emotional maturity and intelligence, decision making, a lot better, focus and productivity. I actually just made an Instagram thread about this, and I asked ChatGPT what are the benefits of being more aware, and it spat back 10 great benefits that are, I would say, should be on the docket for anybody trying to live a happy, healthy life. I mean, just like I was saying before, it's increased IQ, increased emotional intelligence, better decision making, and the list goes on. I mean, focus and productivity, better memory. I mean, pretty much anything that you can think of that's good in the arena of mentality, that's where more awareness comes into play. And I would say the simpler you can make the meditation, the better. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're doing a loving kindness meditation. Pretty simple, right? You give love to yourself, or love and kindness to yourself, and you give love and kindness to other people. And then you can do that with some sort of mantra. So, for instance, you can be like, may I receive love and kindness, may I give love and kindness, and the tripod's got to be right on cue whenever I say something that has to do with, I don't know, it seems like whenever I get into anything that's worth talking about, at least to me, the tripod has a way of dropping. So I guess that's a reflection on me getting a new tripod and camera, for that matter. But anyways, keep the meditation simple. That's the name of the game. Another version of meditation is a body scan meditation. So just saying, trying to have the top of your head relax, and then having your face relax, and then your shoulders relax, and then working your way all the way down to your toes, and then doing a body scan up. Man, this tripod is relentless today. But that being said, keeping the meditation simple is better in the long run, in my opinion, because it's the same thing with training. If you want a strong mind-muscle connection, then you're just going to think about the muscle that you're working. So if you're doing a bicep curl, you're not going to think about, oh, I need to stabilize my shoulder, work my bicep. You're just going to think about the bicep contracting, and that's probably going to give you better results in the long run. That being said, meditations have been good. I've been doing my Transcendental Meditation, and that to me is by far the most simple meditation, because there's no replacing having a single syllable as the mantra on the inhale and a single syllable as the mantra on the exhale. It doesn't get any simpler than that. So that's why I'm a big fan of that. Now, as far as lifting goes, oh man, we are underway with this new program, and it's been working out really well. We have another push day today, which I'm especially intrigued to see what my coach has on the docket, because we've been doing pretty much the same exact thing for the last 2 weeks, and I think that's to show how much strength we've put on just with the same exact movements, same rep scheme, and same amount of sets. So I'm interested to see what the programming has today, because if I had to guess, he probably changed it up this week. And this is the second push day in 3 days, so I'm sore, but not as sore as you may think, because shout out to the lacrosse ball from last night. We took our recovery quite seriously, and I am feeling great. I nailed basically my chest, my shoulders, and my triceps, and then I worked in some calves and tibiales in there, and it really helped, because I gotta be honest, with this right lower back strain that I'm still healing from, it puts a lot of strain on my right calf and my right tibialis, just from everyday stuff, like not even the gym, even though, that does put extra strain on it. But hitting it with the lacrosse ball last night, oh man, I feel like $1,000,000 today. So we're gonna get into this push workout, chest, shoulders, triceps. I have no idea what to expect other than more strength, more volume, or probably the same amount of volume, but strength has been going up consistently, so I'm excited to see how that carries over to new movements for today. With that being said, I have nothing really to add to that other than let's just freaking smash this workout. Man, face pulls, if I had to pick one movement to do for the rest of my life just for shoulders, face pulls would be the one, because you get a little bit of upper trap, you get rear delts, which are usually neglected, and then at the same time, it kind of works in a little bit of your posture, because you have to be in a strengthened motion while you're keeping your body upright. So it's kind of a win-win-win, if you ask me. Oh my God. Alright, back at it again with the rope tricep pushdowns. Man, if I had to go, I don't know if I'd go with a rope tricep pushdown for one tricep movement for the rest of my life. That's a little trickier. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, probably, because if you think about like a Skullcrusher, which is a great tricep movement, you get a lot of elbow in there. Like you get a lot of I don't know, just increased risk for not as much gain. Whereas rope tricep pushdowns, you can kind of control when, how you orient yourself with this movement. So that's why I probably picked this, but it's only by a small margin. So Skullcrusher's still a very close second to the best, or one tricep movement I do for the rest of my life. Alright, less said. Man, I barely got 11 with 80s last time, but even though that I know that I won't be able to hit 11 reps with 85, you know, might as well push the strength at least a little bit. So we're going for at least 5, and if we can get all 11, man, more power to me. Come on. Yep. Come on. Oh, fuck. Alright. Same thing with Arnold press. Not entirely sure if I can hit this for 11, but man, might as well give it a shot. No. Why? Oh, 2, 3, 5. It's funny, the toughest part of an Arnold press for me is just that bottom portion when you're kind of rotating in front of your face. It's, man, because I feel like not a lot of other movements do that, where you're holding the weight, palms facing you, and for that amount of time where you have to hold it, rotate it, and then press. I'm just used to the pressing movement, so it's a good change up for sure. All right, we're just going a tad lighter on this one because my elbow's freaking feeling it. I was in the middle of a class earlier today, and I was trying to muscle up, and man, from start to finish, this entire workout has been pretty taxing on my elbows, so I don't want to throw anything out, so we're just going for clean, quality reps, lowering the weight just a little bit, and then go freaking nuts, as usual. My Woo. Triceps are freaking lit. They are cooked in these past few days. But no need to fret. We have, what is it, until this Saturday. Today's Monday. So we got a decent amount of time until we destroy them again. Alright. Hitting calves every day, or every training day. So today, I mean, I don't know if y'all do this, but I kind of feel out every workout to see, you know, if it's a more of a lighter squeezing day or if it's a heavy go freaking nuts kind of day. So with this one, it's a little more of a lighter squeeze kind of day because, man, we're hitting them 5 times a week, so we gotta save some energy for the next time. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. They just like my triceps, though, they are freaking cooked, and I can feel it. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Perfect. Oh my god. It's funny. I actually gotta not hit my right oblique so much because I was doing men's physique for years. When you're getting into that pose, you know, you're turning into it and then you just hold your right oblique for however long they want you to on stage. So training for it, hitting it every day, and then going on stage and competing and then hitting it again, my right oblique is quite a bit stronger than, I would even say, my rectus abdominis, but definitely stronger than my left oblique by a long shot. So whenever I do these, I'm just hitting regular crunches and then hitting crunches on my left to even it out. So whichever kind of, there's a cramp. Whichever kind of imbalance you have, make sure you're just training whatever you need to balance, whatever you need to strengthen to balance it all out. So you already knew that, but that's just a little bit of a tale about Christian. So let's hit another freaking set. Ooh, major cramp. Oh man. All right, we're gonna have to come back to that. Abs are cramping like a mofo. All right, we got one more set. Incline dumbbell bench. Man, my triceps are freaking feeling it. It's funny, I was hitting 80s, which usually aren't too difficult for me, but my triceps gave before my chest, so we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment here. Go a little lighter weight and just squeeze the chest at the top. So that's a freaking plan right now. Yep. What's up, dude? Bye. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, jeez. Whew. Man, I don't know how that looked. That felt freaking difficult. Man, there's a certain limitation with push days as opposed to it just an all-out chest day. And I mean, triceps are cooked, shoulders also cooked. So I mean, you just you got to take it with a grain of salt when you're hitting that last chest set, or maybe even those last few chest sets. That being said, that about wraps up this good old-fashioned push day. Let's go friggin' see how it looks. Freaking made it. End of a good push day. I mean, as good as it can be, because we're still fasted, and it is nearly, actually I have no clue what time it is, but if I had to guess, it's probably like 2:33 in the afternoon. So we gotta get at least a shake in there, and then some food would be nice. But man, we got carbs up this week, so I'm definitely feeling it. I'm not as fatigued in this workout, but I've noticed it's a strategic incremental increase every week, where I've been having oatmeal and cream of rice mixed up for 2 of my meals now. So it's been freaking nice to get that extra bump. But let's see how it looks with the posing. So all right, that wraps it up for a good old-fashioned push day. And I believe tomorrow we have legs, but I got a meal prep today, so we're not just done yet, but successful push day to say the least. We have reached the end of this mighty push workout, and I gotta say, lately everything has been shaping up to be quite to my liking. IGF-LR3 and HCG are on their way, so we will see about that. Now, as for making the most of these meditations and these training sessions, I kind of had a little bit of another revelation this morning. Now, with Transcendental Meditation, whenever I do a mantra, it's almost like I'm doing a rep in the weight room. So whether you're doing, all right, and what I mean by that is the amount of, I guess, focus that it takes to get, into that flow state, as you would with a regular meditation. That is the amount of focus that you need in the weight room as far as your mind-muscle connection. So every time I come back to the mantra, it's like I'm doing a rep, and I'm getting stronger with every rep. And I'm not going to go too deep into this analogy, because you could say, I don't know. You could get a little lost in the sauce, as some people would say. But as just keeping it as something that you would come back to the mantra, and it's almost like doing a rep in the gym. That's a pretty good gauge for getting stronger, in a sense, as far as your focus, your emotional maturity, even your IQ. I mean, the list goes on, because you need focus in order to really excel in the real world, no matter what you're doing. Now, there are some advantages to ADHD and being a little unfocused at times, and it could be things like it could take stress away from a certain situation, but that's that's not a very calculated way of doing it, if you ask me. Because if you really want to grow, then you would train your focus so that you're intentionally bringing the stress away from whatever it is you're stressing about. And that way you're in the driver's seat, and that way you're doing it with intention, and it's not so much like an impulse, or almost like a habit to, or almost like a habit that you wouldn't choose to do. That's not the right way of going about it, because if you ask me, you kind of need a little bit of a wake-up call. You know what I'm getting at. So, long story short, with the workout today, I know now to be a little more wary of things that could affect my lift. Now, today I was attempting that muscle up in one of the classes that I was subbing for, and I kind of just I strained, not so much of a strain, it was more I put my elbow in a weird position that I usually don't put my elbow into, just to do that one muscle up. And it came back to bite me, gonna be honest, because I was doing Skullcrushers, I was doing presses, I was doing rope tricep pushdowns, all these different things that would strain my elbow no matter what. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I'm putting it in a weird position with a movement I don't usually do. It's just going to get strained no matter what. So, that being said, note to self, definitely make sure that I'm thinking about what I'm doing and then acting accordingly. So, when it comes to a lot of these different days, like a pull day, a push day, a leg day, whatever it is, just, whatever you do prior to that, just think about it. Think about, is this going to affect my lift? Because if it is, and you're really trying to get huge or strong or whatever it is, then that's something to definitely consider. But that being said, just made it back home. We got to get big old meal prep. We're just going to be prepping probably, if I had to guess, for the next, realistically, for the next 6 days. And on that 6th day it would just be for the first meal, because I gotta be honest, I haven't visited my parents in quite a while, so let's I gotta go visit them, and that's gonna be a big thing, or not a big thing, but something else to prepare for as far as meal prep. So I want to make sure that we're good to go there, because come weekend time, that's usually not ideal, because let's be honest, meal prep takes time. You gotta make sure. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. It's not difficult. You know your meals, you know what you need to do. It's just the time to do it. That's what takes the time. So that being said, thanks everyone for joining today, and I'm glad that y'all could rock out with me on this mighty push day. Now I'll see y'all tomorrow for some legs.